Okay.
Was I supposed to do it too?
No, I have
Okay,
to.
good, because I didn't.
Hello, I think this is episode, well, I recorded one with Andrew. That'll end up being 7. So this will actually end up being number 8.
Wow, is it that many already?
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't here for excuse me, for
You
2
were
of them?
fighting crime and then you were at space camp.
And then I was at space camp.
I don't know when you want to reveal to the internets.
Well, they're looking at me right now, so they can probably... I was morning sick. That's
It's
what
not just pie.
It's not just pie. It's some of it's pie, but it's not all
Not
pie.
enough of it's pie.
Not enough of it is pie.
Gabe did suggest that we not say anything. We just constantly have her sitting here with milkshakes and eating
Pie
sandwiches and always have a plate of pie.
I told Val I was actually kind of in favor of that because it meant that once a week I was guaranteed pie. I would have an excuse to buy pie or cake and just be sitting here eating it.
Well, I mean, we could edit this out, or I could just always bring you pie.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Then people might have to listen to your...
I eat a lot of pie anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We've been buying a lot of pie. It's good.
It's summer. You're supposed to eat a lot of pie in summer.
Not cake, though. You can eat some cake, but cake should mostly be a spring, autumn, winter sort of thing.
Yeah. Excuse me. Cake is mostly a way to preserve more sugar in something.
Yeah.
Other than just sugar.
Yeah.
So it is kind of more for the winter.
And dairy. I mean, if you're doing your frostings and your fillings
Yeah.
properly, because I'm a cake snob.
Today, we had a couple of things. Well, we were going to just do one about things we like, but I don't know if that would fill up an entire hour. So we're also going to talk about our own sibling particular brand of mental illness / weirdness, strangeness.
Yeah.
You have a speck on your tooth.
Do I? Where?
And I figured it was better to tell you than not, because I will just pick it.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Sisters.
Okay. Do you want to do this and then this and then this?
Whatever.
Okay. I also thought it would be kind of fun to do online. They called it the pivot questionnaire. I know them as the questions that they ask at the end of Inside the Actors Studio. We are going to skip the curse word one.
Because Lark doesn't want to answer it.
It's hard to answer on a Christian podcast. If anybody wants to know what my favorite curse word is, I guess if you Facebook message me, I will oblige privately, but I'm not going to post it for all of the internets.
You know, actually, I could tell you what my favorite is, the one that I say the most.
Why is it dagnabbit?
Yeah, it is. I say it all the time. But it's one you can say on a Christian show. It's my not curse word favorite.
Don't say blast.
No, it's dadgummit. Dadgummit's what I say. Okay, anyway.
One time Mom did say blast, and I was like, don't say blast and wretch. She told me to shut up. Okay. Do you want to do the question and me answer, and then you answer?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. The first one is, what is your favorite word? Mine's not a word, but it's a 2-word phrase, and it's little girl. Because I tried to think, at first I was like, I really like the word sassafras, and I really like the word ratchet.
That's a good one. Oh, yeah. Ratchet.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I was like, no, because I can think of words that make me happier than that, so I kept trying to think of words that make me happy. And when I got to little girl, nothing could top it, because if I hear Gabe saying little girl, the only time he says it is when he's showing affection to me or to the girls. And the only time I say little girl is when I'm being affectionate to because when I'm mad at my kids, I never call them little girl. So it's an only happy thing to say.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because I forgot to look at the questions ahead of time,
Yeah.
so I didn't. So I think I like the word gender. I think it's a pretty word.
Yeah.
And then when I was reading over it real quick, I thought watery. Watery sounds nice. And then it made me think of the episode of Miranda where she's talking about words, and she's like, moist. It's either moist is the queen of words, and then plinth is the king of words. And then she's like, think of a moist plinth. Yeah, gender and watery.
Oh, and we're recording this on my husband's GoPro, so if we look a little fish-eyed, we are. Because I forgot the power cable to my camera. Okay, this one, I didn't even have to think about this. What is your least favorite word? Fart. I hate the word fart. I hate that farts are a reality, and I hate that we just came up with...
You hate farts?
We came up with the most retarded word, and I guess it's fitting.
I like the word. And I like farting.
I don't like that we emit, stinky gas out of our buttholes. Like, no, I don't like farts. Like, what? Like, if they gave me the choice, they were like, hey, do you want humans to
do this thing or not?
Let stinky gas out of their buttholes or not? I'd be like, why are you asking? No!
I guess when you put it that way,
Yeah.
I always think of it as like what's the Greek drama term for it? The
Tragedy?
No. the relief. What is that called?
I don't know.
Dang it. There's a word. But if you know the word, you know the word. But that's how I associate with farting, is like that.
I guess if it didn't smell, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. Most of mine don't really.
Mhm.
Well, maybe not
I don't
most. Maybe 40%.
Okay.
Anyway,
What
moving
turns
on.
you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally? I said interesting people who let me get to know them in my own happy, rapid, and invasive way. I really like people that let me get to know them in like my own little style.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Invasively.
I love people. It's like my friend Brian Jones from my last job. He'd been there for like a couple of months, and then one day I just like went and sat down in his office, and I was like, "We're gonna be friends." And then I just started telling him stuff and asking him personal questions. And he was just like, "Okay." Oh my god, that's the kind of person I want everyone.
Do
to have
people
that
ever
reaction.
not accept that when you do that?
I usually don't get that hardcore unless it's someone that I already think will
Oh,
let
that
me.
makes sense.
Every once in a while, just in like a normal person conversation, I'll do just like a little bit of that, and then they
and
like
feel
and
it
then
out,
and
see
then
how
if
it
they're
goes.
Like, what?
Mm.
What turns you on creatively?
That's a hard question. I'm not sure.
And we still have no air in here.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think I have a least favorite word that I can think of
Oh,
off
I
the top of
skipped
my
you!
head either. Yeah, I don't think. Pass.
Pass. Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure there's something that I could. I like trees. I like to hang out in the woods.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a long time, but
You like to eat a box of leaves.
yeah, I like
Mhm.
to eat a box of leaves. Not really.
What turns you off? I said bad attitudes when they aren't funny.
What turns you off? Uncomfortable situations, like where people are saying things I don't agree with, but I don't feel comfortable saying anything, which is like anytime people are saying stuff I don't agree with, and you hear it a fair amount, so you're like, which happens a fair amount because we lived in California for a long time, then we came to Michigan. It's very different in Michigan. There's a lot of things that are kind of acceptable in Michigan that aren't so acceptable all so much in California. Yeah. But anyway, yes.
What is your... Oh, we're not doing curse word. Okay.
Oh.
What sound or noise do you love? I love it when Dixie does the same laugh as me at the same time as me, because like sometimes I pick her up and she like tries to kiss me on the mouth, and so I have to dodge her.
Like Grandma Millington.
She knows it's a joke though.
Oh.
She knows she's not allowed to kiss me on the mouth, so that's why she tries, and then we both start going like but we do it at the same time, so I love her both doing it, and I love it.
I do have a noise that I like.
Oh!
I like when this isn't gonna do it right, cause
Is it a flippy thing?
no, it's we have these slips that we put in books at work, and when you get a really fat stack of them and you're holding them and you go like this, it makes this amazing sound, kind of like paper flapping, but also kind of like rain.
Oh.
Yeah, I was doing it in the hall walking along. Somebody was laughing at me. It's a nice sound.
Yeah. What sound or noise do you hate? I hate the buzz that TVs make when they're on, and I can usually hear it a couple rooms away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if Gabe like comes up to bed after me, but he left the TV on, I'll be like, I can't do it.
Excuse
I'll
me.
turn it off.
Snoring drives me nuts.
Yeah, snoring's pretty bad.
Excuse me. Or cats when they're in heat and they're just wandering the house going, meow, meow, meow. And you're trying to sleep because it's 4 a.m. That sounds pretty horrible.
Yeah. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt? I don't actually want to attempt this. I just wish that without having a lifetime of practice, I wish I was a dancer. Mm-hmm. Dancers are freaking amazing when they're good. Those people amaze me. I think it's very worthwhile thing to do with your life.
It's cool. I always like flipping through the dance magazine.
Yeah.
At work.
Sometimes, I mean, me and my sister-in-law, what are those stupid breakdancing movies called where they bother to have a plot, but you just watch it for the, 5 minutes of breakdancing?
I don't remember.
We watched, 3 of them. I don't remember what they're called, though.
The titles are not
I think it's,
important.
Step It Up.
Oh! Yeah. Mm-hmm. That sounds familiar.
You watch the whole stupid movie for seriously 1 or 2 minutes of dancing at the end. And Evie actually will watch full ballets with me.
Really?
On TV, yeah. Sometimes she asks for opera too. We watched Turandot. And she kept asking me Mom, what are they saying? Mom, what are they saying? And I loosely know the story. So I'm like, Evie, I think it's Italian, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't listen to opera.
Yeah.
Because, unfortunately, I can't sit through any of that stuff. I've been to one ballet. Mm-hmm. I was so bored. And, all dad stuff that I would try to listen to, but I would get... So it's unfortunate to not be able to sit through musical performances when your dad is a cellist.
Yeah.
It's a really unfortunate flaw. What was the question?
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Well, if I knew that, I would have changed professions by now, but I don't know. I like to cut paper. I make paper lace. If I could do that for money and not have my eyes completely go on me, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What profession would you not like to try? Excuse me, I'm drinking pop. Welder. And Gabe gets on me for it all the time because I could make a lot of money as a female welder because he says I pretty much get hired wherever I try to work. But I don't want to do it because it's hot, you get burned, you have to lift heavy stuff, you have to stand in weird positions.
Chemicals.
I don't want to do it. Yeah, you have to breathe in that metally smell.
Yeah.
I actually like it when I smell it on Gabe, but if I go into a shop when he's doing it, it's so strong. I don't like it.
I would never want to be a policeman, I don't think. Any job with any real authority. A politician, any kind of public office. No, it's out.
Yeah.
It's out.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? I said, nothing is okay, so it's okay.
It probably wouldn't be a vocal utterance. It would probably be something more dimensional.
I'm kidding.
Maybe you're in. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about things we like. I think we'll just each pick a one or two. I know, product placement, Taco Bell. Product placement. We love Enchiladas. We don't know what they are. Okay.
Yeah, what are enchiritos?
It's from the song.
Inquiring minds want to know. We couldn't figure it out earlier. We couldn't think what they were.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, you were talking. What were you saying?
Obviously, anybody... Are you surprised about what my number one first thing I want to tell the world that I like?
No, I'm not.
Anime is my very first thing to talk about that I like. At my last job, there was one day where one of the girls was like... I said something about anime, and she was like, oh, are you a... I can't remember if it's a weeb or a weeboo or whatever. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I'm 30. And she was like, it's like somebody who's into anime but kind of in the closet about it. I was like, well then no, because I'll openly admit that I'm 30, so I don't care. If I like something embarrassing, who cares? I'm a mom with 2 kids. There are things about my life that are embarrassing. I just don't worry about it anymore. I love anime. The very
shiny face.
The very first anime I ever watched was Superbook, which is they make new ones, but they aren't even
yeah,
anime
the new
anymore.
Ones are crappy.
Now they're just cheap computer animation.
They're nasty. Ugh.
And then when I was already a little bit older of a kid, but I still watched it. I might have been 9 or 10 when Pokemon started coming on.
Oh, yeah, I remember when you were into Pokemon.
I still watch Pokemon movies with you sometimes. When they have marathons, yeah, sometimes we'll still watch Pokemon movies. The future is now thanks to science. That's one of the new catchphrases. I like to say that a lot. Oh man. Okay, so then I wrote down.
We watched a lot of anime actually. It wasn't anime, but it was shows animated in Japan. You could tell that it was. I made a list of them all once, and I was like, dang, that's a lot of them.
So okay, these are some of the ones. Okay, so after that, after me and Gabe were married, and Gabe grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, which I have seen pretty much all of it because of Gabe. But the first one we started watching as a couple is one day there was a Naruto marathon, and so we watched like 4 hours of Naruto. Gabe has seen all of Naruto. It's like the worst show for filler there ever. It's almost like an American show. Like it's so bad, but I've seen most of it. Anyway, so some of the ones, and then, okay, my very first love was this one called Ouran Highschool Host Club. There's this character named Tamaki, and he's crazy. And so after, like, with that show, I was like, oh my gosh, this character, I've never seen somebody like this in a show. And then after I watched anime for a long time, I'm like, oh no, that's just how Japanese people act in anime. But at the time, I was just like, I love this guy. He's so crazy. He's so emotional. He gets sad and he cowers down and there's blue stripes and his little blue wavy ghost goes up and like all the anime stuff. But
I don't watch much anime.
so I also love Sword Art Online. There was this like mini series one called Time of Eve, which is about like androids and like how we build our culture to be fair or unfair to androids.
Oh, that's interesting.
That one's really good. Ghost in the Shell, the American movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that like it dumbed it down a lot. I've seen.
I watched one episode of that, and it was a bunch of robots like discussing philosophical questions of existence.
Was it a movie?
No, it was.
Was there quite a bit of a
show.
Basset Hound? Okay, because there's two shows.
It was the one they used to show on Adult Swim.
Oh, it's probably because I actually like. Because there's two movies that I've seen. I like both the movies, especially the second one. The second one's really philosophical. Like, yeah, a lot of that. And then there's a Ghost in the Shell, Arise, which is supposed to be like when the team is first being put together, and I like those a lot. And then what's the other one called? Standalone Complex. That's like a longer series. And it's got some cool stuff. But you have to get over the design of the Major. Because she's 90s-tastic. The hair, and she wears this high cut swimsuit thing with like, oh, you have to get over how she looks. But I like the stories. Samurai Flamenco, you're gonna like the cool thing about that show is that what the show is, it's like an homage to every kind of superhero. So it starts out like Kick-Ass, like a normal guy who wants to be a superhero and he's constantly getting beat up, and it slowly turns into like Power Rangers, and then at the end there's even like, you know, like a superhero with a dark backstory. It has like every kind of superhero. It's kind of amazing. Just because you keep being like, what's going on? It keeps changing.
I gotta watch more anime.
Yeah.
Are these all violent though?
No, not Samurai Flamenco's not that violent.
Because the only one that I ever got into was Cowboy Bebop and Trigun, and they both ended up being so violent I couldn't keep watching them. The
two that I associate with you is Cowboy Bebop and Trigun. I really like Trigun. I still haven't seen Cowboy Bebop.
I don't think I've seen all of either one of them, but I still like them. Every once in a while I'll be like, oh yeah, you know, guilty pleasure, and then I'll be like, oh wow,
don't be guilty.
Like 30
There's nothing
people,
wrong with it.
30 people just died in 2 seconds of. And everybody's acting like it's no big deal, and it weirds me out.
Attack on Titan. Because people get eaten alive.
Ah, yeah, I don't like that. All the time.
Yes.
They need to move.
Studio Ghibli stuff, if that's how you say it, Ghibli. I love that stuff. Spirited Away, my very favorite is probably Ponyo. Howl's Moving Castle, My Friend Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, those are all sweet. Gabe's favorite is Death Note. It's not actually very pretty to look at. The style of it to me is like pretty ugly, but the plot is interesting and actually makes you think. There's a bunch of Fate ones, but my favorite was Fate Zero. I'm not gonna lie, I like some girly ones, some like teeny bopper ones, some shoujo. I like Maid Sama. I probably should be embarrassed of these ones. There's one called Girls Monthly Nozaki-kun, or Shoujo's Nozaki-kun. I like that one. Blah blah blah. Okay, here are the reasons Alicia likes anime. They're obsessed with people who have no friends making friends. There are so many animes where that's the premise of the show. Like, Awkward Kid has no friends, makes friends. Grumpy Kid has no friends, makes friends. This guy's hot, but he has no friends, and he makes friends. Like, I love it.
You know that MSU has, like, a huge manga collection, right? If you ever want to read them. Yeah, well, because we have one of the largest comic book collections in the country. So
it's a pain in the ass to read online for free.
Yeah.
They're obsessed with cute things. So am I. They aren't afraid to wrap up stories, which American shows drive me nuts about that. They will never end a series. They want to have 12
Yeah.
seasons. They
And
wanna
you're
milk
like
that
6 seasons
cow.
later, there's still a love triangle, and you're like, you people are idiots. Figure it out
Well,
already.
anime will wrap up storylines, and they will wrap up entire series, but they don't like to wrap up. They will have only a 2-season series where they wrap up every plot twist, but there's
Except the
still a
love
love
triangle.
and sometimes it's like a love octagon.
Octagon.
They don't like to commit to relationships. I think it's because they don't want, because you choose one character that you're a fan of and you want them to win, and I don't think they want to let down. They don't want to like let these fans win and those fans lose.
Oh yeah.
So if you
they
were
want to keep everybody happy.
They want, if you were Team Jacob, they don't want to disappoint you when Edward gets the girl. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, it is sometimes pervy. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, there's a lot of panty shots. Sorry. You do see it end up.
Wait, that's
seeing...
something you like?
No, I'm apologizing
Just
for it. It's something you have to tolerate. Like
it was under reasons Alicia likes it. On your notes.
No, I actually don't like that. Some of them are too pervy for me. Like, But even just like the normal ones, like there will be like nothing pervy, and then all of a sudden like a window gust and like her skirt will blow up and you know, or like a girl will come up behind a guy and her boobs will rub on him, and their boobs always make squeaky noises, like beep 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 beep. Yeah.
When I was in high school, I don't know how he got away with this. I had a European history teacher who had he had an apron that he kept in the classroom, but it had and they squeaked.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, that probably wasn't. But he was basically MASH. What's the Alan Alda character?
Hawkeye.
Yeah, he was basically Hawkeye Pierce as a European history teacher.
Oh. Okay, what's something that you like?
Alicia reminded me because I was like, what do I like? And Alicia was like, you like British crime shows. And I do because I watch all of them.
So does Mom.
But I don't have a list. Mom's softcore. Mom doesn't watch very many of them. Yep, I watch a lot of them. I don't know what to say about it though.
What
I don't know.
Called? Isn't there like a Midsummer
Murders. That's the nice base level. That's where you start.
That's what Mom watches.
That's what middle-aged ladies watch, and I watch it, and I love it.
Uh-huh.
Yep, but it's the base level. That's the gateway drug. What else do I watch that I really like? It's hard to like them because, you know, they don't continue forever a lot of the times. But actually, there actually are a lot now that keep going, like Murdoch Mysteries, which isn't British, it's Canadian. Mm-hmm. But it's in, like, 11th season now. So
they are kind of like anime that way, where a lot of them only have, like, 1 or 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you get put in the show hole.
Yeah, and you have to find another. But they've made a lot of them, so you usually have another one to go to.
Yeah.
I found one right now that it has a lot of seasons. It's called New Tricks. It's about a bunch of retired detectives that get brought back to solve cold cases.
Do you think that
antics ensue?
Do you think that in Britain most of the people who are watching these shows are like 50 plus?
I think probably. The ones I watch, because I don't like if gruesome or bleak is in the description of it, I'm probably not watching it, and those are probably the ones that you're supposed to watch if you're not a middle-aged lady. Uh-huh. But, yeah.
Yeah.
And, what else do I like? Oh, one of the bleak ones. There is actually a kind of bleak one that I like. Oh, what is it called, though? I'm not going to remember what it's called, dadgummit. You're supposed to be able to remember words if you're going to.
I think this is just a mini-series, but did you ever watch New Church? Because I've heard that both the British and the American versions are good.
The British one is Broadchurch, you mean?
Broadchurch, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Broadchurch is pretty good. That one was good, and I was surprised they did 2 seasons because I thought they were, the first season is kind of standalone. But then they did the second one, and that really made it better.
And then there's an American version, too, isn't there?
I heard there was an American one. I don't know if I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. David Tennant kind of made that for me.
I heard both were good. And I think I heard it from a reputable source.
Another good one, if you want one that is actually, kind of...
I know, we're drinking Pop. Yeah. Pop was a horrible
idea. A bad plan. The Escape Artist also had... If you want to see really bad things happen to David Tennant for, 8 episodes. The Escape
Aw.
Artist is a pretty good one.
Oh.
He plays an attorney that
You
gets a
can-
serial killer off, and
honestly,
then bad things start to happen.
You can beat on David Tennant as long as you leave Matt Smith alone.
I haven't watched those yet either.
Technically,
I'm behind.
I mean, personality-wise for the character, I probably liked Eccleston the best, even though he was only like he was only like 6 episodes.
We went back and watched those, and I was
Mhm.
like, this is really good.
Yeah. But then, Matt Smith, I think Amy Pond even really, I mean, Matt Smith was amazing, but then and I call him Matt Smith, but I call her Amy Pond. I don't care what her real name is. Like, Amy Pond's amazing.
I think I don't think that I'm a good Doctor Who fan because my favorite companion so far was Donna.
No, that's fine.
I
As
love
long
Donna.
as it's not-
I love Donna because she wasn't hero worshipping him. We've gotten off topic. Haven't
If
we?
your favorite was Martha, I would turn the camera off right now.
Be like, edit.
Okay, this was the TV episode for things we like then. We don't have
Yeah.
to. So the other thing we were going to talk about